recinta intisamo roto.
Berantine via scorenza.
Prilita sendut retroska.
Juntino erase tretium belpino.
Minaka te dolie vidilla.
Intrivio weser traina.
Rentu navigala serusk.
Porosco tretnola.
Mor polexe tavillo porostimala.
Quenst gulo sidia en nobolsk.
Birtveis kiddo.
I expect to be well known enough. No, my name's Eric Paddock. I'm a D-grade celebrity because my brother killed 58 people in Las Vegas in 2017, I guess it was. And other than that, I'm just a guy. And you wouldn't even be interviewing me. You wouldn't know I exist.
Right.
So we're sitting here yakking about stuff because it's more fun to interview semi-famous people, and I'm funny. You know I'm funny because you've seen my stuff on the internet. So it gives you a reason to talk to me. Is that? I mean, do I need to
That's
fix that? Do I need to fix that better?
I like that. No,
I mean, I'm just a guy. I'm just some guy who lives in Florida.
On behalf of this flight crew and Southwest Airlines, welcome to Orlando. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened, your seat backs and tray tables in their full upright lock position, and all those carrying items completely underneath the seat in front of you.
My name is Tanner Vitos, and I'll be playing the part of Brian.
Oh, it's magic.
The only reason I went out in front of my house and talked to the media and stuff is because I decided that was the right thing to do.
Right.
It's very simple. You draw a little cross on a piece of paper. Here's Jordan Peterson should teach people this. It's very simple. You draw a little cross on it whenever you have a decision to make, because most people aren't good at making decisions. You draw a little cross on a piece of paper and you do this or don't do this. And then you write down the stuff, and then you weight those real quick. And it takes practice to do this well. I'll get into my Jordan Peterson mode. You write down the why you would do it, why you wouldn't do it. You weight the things a little bit, and you decide, and you learn to pull the trigger. You learn to make a decision where you're comfortable. And I'm very good at making decisions. I can make a decision about most anything that way, rationally, and I'm pretty sure it'll work for me because I've got a lot of practice doing it. So I wrote down this. I sat in my office. And I did exactly what I do with every other problem. Because that's the other thing. Most people go into hair on fire mode when something goes wrong. I just went into the same mode I go into. I fixed problems all my life.
Right.
And you go into automatic mode.
Right.
But you have to have an automatic mode. You have to have the practice and the skill. And of course, that's what Peterson talks about a lot
Right.
too, is that you need the practice and the skill. You need to have read, you need to have done, you need to have da-da-da-da-da.
I can say for sure I don't have that practice yet.
Well,
I mean,
that's the problem with being 20 years old.
I came right out and just did these interviews, went up to NBC and just talked bullshit because I didn't know what the hell to do.
And because you're a kid, and you were talking half bullshit because you're a fucked up kid.
Right.
You know, don't take anything I say, directly personally. What I'm saying is clinical, because here's how it works. I'm like Jordan Peterson, but from a slightly different perspective. He's a psychologist, so he's looking at it. You don't mean anything to me.
Right.
Understand? Once again, take this clinically. You're just another one of a billion people wandering aimless, of the 300, let's just say, in the world here. You're one of 300 odd million people in the United States. So do you mean anything to me? No, you're just some guy.
Right.
And I'm just talking to you because I thought it would be mildly amusing. You're a tool. And if we have a good interview, maybe it forwards maybe it, like Peterson says, maybe it just makes the world a little bit better today.
Right.
Because that's all you can do.
Right.
You get your shit together, and you can make the world just a little bit better where you are today.
Right. I mean, would you say in general you're an optimistic
No,
person?
I'm a intense pessimist.
Yeah.
And I can, there's a great explanation why that works. Because every day I get to be pleasantly surprised by people not doing the stupid thing.
Right.
Okay? Optimists, Jesus Christ, optimists and empathetic people get shit on constantly. Why would you even want that? I prepare for shit to go down. And if you prepare for shit to go down, when shit goes down, you're ready. So it's not as bad. And when shit doesn't go down, you get to go, wow, today was a pretty good day. Shit didn't go down. Very simple. Do the right thing. It's trite, and etc., and bust ass.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, whether you're smart or not, if you don't bust ass, you'll miss opportunities.
Right.
Because if you bust ass, you'll get things finished faster, and you'll be prepared for the next thing.
Right.
Sleep when you're dead.
Yeah.
Because you have to be way, way, way over on the right side of the bell curve to be able to get by just on smart.
Do you need a key?
I wanted to apologize on behalf of my friend, but yes.
Your name?
My name is Brian.
What's the key for?
Wanted to talk to your brother.
Travel.
Yes. Can I take it?
It's free.
I mean, what a bunch of amateurs.
Right.
They let me ramble about whatever I wanted, and when they didn't, I would stop for a second and look around, and nobody had a good question, so I just jumped back in because I needed to be good TV.
Right.
Because if I'm going to do that, I want to make sure what I expect to happen happens, and I did. I got 3 million hits.
Right.
Hey, anybody wants to talk about I'm an idiot? Hey, I got 3 million hits on YouTube, baby.
Tribu Yotonobe WSPCHTNMBL. Antigbo Chobula Bula Bula Ponki. BUTSRJRJ Irlanto Polyesquine Tribo. Ichgamondo Bofuka. Rodberrago Singo Pingo Bingo Vingo Shankblo. Otshubono Ponistakin Tob.
Well, I used to call myself trash collector, God's trash collector. Okay? I was brought up Lutheran because we went to a Lutheran school, because if you went to the Lutheran church, you got to go to the Lutheran school for real cheap, and my mom wanted us to have a good education, so we became Lutheran.
Yeah.
I'm not a God kind of guy. Higher powery thing, I'm an alcoholic too, so, I've done the whole 12-steppy thing. I didn't drink for 30 plus years,
Right.
Kind of stuff, because I was, kind of nutty as a kid. But is there something out there? It's like I told the cops. In my world, there's just as good a chance that we're some Arcturans 10th grade science project. And then they say, well, why haven't they come back? When's the last time you looked at your 10th grade science project? Okay? We might be some Arcturans closet,
Right.
Or in the Goodwill bin or something. Okay? I don't know. And I don't worry about things I don't know, that I have no control over. So the concept of whose religion, I mean, any thinking person gets into the established religions, and you can immediately, your mind explodes.
Right. And you can
Okay.
see how human they all are.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
So the reality is there something out there? The whole evolution 13 billion thing. I mean, there's guys who can dispute the whole evolution thing based on math and da-da-da. At the end of the day, live your life like there is, because there might be.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with the good parts. It's the old Gandhi, I don't like your Christians, but I like your Christ.
Right.
Okay? Live your life. There's nothing wrong with living your life like the good parts of the Bible.
Sure.
But to act like it's hardcore reality is a little bit of a problem. It's like, again, it's why the cops were all freaked out. I wish they'd have recorded those interviews that I did with them, because I mean, it was some of my best material. The whole idea, it was here I'll get in trouble saying silly things, but, it's the hygiene book of the Jews. The Jews were so bad that they needed a book to teach them how to behave. I mean, that's kind of, and this was just, what was Einstein, Einsteins get born on a statistical, on some statistical basis every day.
Right.
Out of X number of people, you get a high IQ person. Well, what did high IQ people do before there was microscopes and computers and science had evolved to where you could do interesting things with your high IQ? You got picked up by the king as being a smart guy who could write, etc., and who came up with this good story to get people to behave.
Right.
Because it's always been a problem getting people to behave. If you're the king, you need people to behave.
Right.
So again, divine, But I don't have a problem with people believing whatever they want to believe, as long as they, as long as they believe it for themselves. Again, I'm not part of the group. I'm an individual. I accord you the exact same respect. You get to be part of your group or individual. Just don't bang up against me too hard with it.
And the speakers that are all blown apart in the back, all of that happened because of this explosion.
Right.
It's got that little tremolo effect.
Un étranger was er.
Rendis diz que eles é legítima.
Remonta trentrum sigilops.
Ja vist cio relistum nosca e gelbitsum.
Valatsi go zotrele.
Mutremium rocketles canade wezenling pasontren.
Jorish go palampatazotaz ogorzo.
Trasoigort limbalan schursvond.
Hi, Howard Drake, and I'm playing.
I'm Thomas Jackson, and I'll be playing the old man.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I have something exciting to tell you about.
Yeah? Like what?
It's really pretty ambitious.
How so?
Well, I've been thinking about the ocean.
Not this again.
I think now is the time.
Not this again.
It's really going to happen this time.
Look, I hope you're right, but why now?
What do you mean?
All these years thinking about it, why is now the time?
Well, my boss has given me permission to go.
Your boss?
Yes, he's going to let me go to the ocean.
Why do you need permission to do something?
Look, this is a unique circumstance.
If you say so, why should I be excited about this?
Because once I get what I need, we won't have to lie anymore. We'll be able to go back to being honest.
It's finally time, isn't it?
Yes. Brian wants you to do it.
Really?
Yeah, it was his decision.
I mean, I can't believe it. Well, we'll be on our own after all this. Ivan shouldn't be a problem at all.
Sounds good. It's gonna be fantastic.
So I'm guessing you need my help?
Yes.
What do you need?
Can you get me in contact with Bill?
Sure, I'll give him a call soon. Is it time sensitive?
No, there's no hurry. I'm gonna need time to prepare anyway.
Okay, great. I'm really happy for you.
Well, I'm happy for you too. This is gonna be terrific.
Seems like it. Let's ride the wave together like we always said we would. Sounds good.
I want to show you all something that I just figured out, man. This is, you won't even believe this. Watch. Vroom. Vroom. Wait a minute now, let me get it right. Boom. I got the special band on. Boom. I did it again. I'm invincible. I'm invisible. I have proof of it. None of you can even see me. You can't. Look, I'm even going to get in the chair now, and I got to come up here and show you guys something. I got to see this.
You know, I just live this boring little life.
Yeah. And so you have kind of...
I didn't want to be famous. I mean...
Yeah, I think most people don't want to be famous.
Well, I don't know, you wanted to be famous, so...
Well, you know, I wanted to maybe get a chance to talk about the, you know...
You wanted to be famous, and
yeah.
Fame allows you to do that. See, I didn't want to be famous. I mean, I've thought about doing a blog, the Your God Doesn't Like Me, you know, Steve's famous, you know, quote about the religious,
yeah.
you know, is that your God doesn't like me. I was going to do the Your God Doesn't Like Me blog and do a, you know, maybe do a little video thing once a week and pick someone in history, you know, who's got fucked around and go a little deeper into their life and, you know, that kind of stuff. I thought, you know, or if I wanted to be famous, but it's too much like work. I did, you know, I'm making up for all the, I worked 1 billion hours. And I'm making up for all the time normal people are supposed to stay out. I mean, if the thing that I regret in my life is my philosophy might have been a little bit wrong, but it worked sort of kind of for me. You know, things could have turned out a lot worse. I mean, my concept was you bust your ass when you're young, and then you retire as soon as you can, and then you go off and have the fun that you would have had. And, you know, now the kids are gone and you've got some money and you can go off and have some fun. Well, the problem is I'm all busted up now. So I didn't really take into account the, you know, when I made that plan, I was immortal still. I was young. So I figured I'd still be okay when I was older. even though the real evidence, had I looked, shows that, you know, older people aren't in such great shape overall.
I mean, yeah, people do say it's better to be young and poor than old and rich or something like that.
Well, because you can have more fun doing it. Yeah, I'm busted up now. You know, I've got obnoxious arthritis. I mean, I'm only 60 years old and I've got obnoxious arthritis and da-da-da-da-da. I'm so busted up that doing a bunch of the, you know, go skydiving, you know, or, you know, I could probably go do all these silly things, but I don't give a shit about them anymore.
Right.
So, you know, now I just live this little boring ass life on my little farm.
Try it. I'm glad you did that. Why? Get up. Okay. This will change a few things. What are you waiting for? Liquid rift. Liquid layer. Cavernous space of endless black. Cavernous space of endless black. 3, 3, 3. I don't know how she had the money to buy a house. Amber. Try it. I'm glad you did that. Why? Get up. Okay. This will change a few things. What are you waiting for? Liquid rift. Liquid layer. Cavernous space of endless black. Cavernous space of endless black. 3, 3, 3. I don't know how she had the money to buy a house. Amber. Try it. I'm glad you did that. Why? Get up. Okay. This will change a few things. What are you waiting for? Liquid rift. Liquid layer. Cavernous space of endless black. Cavernous space of endless black. 3, 3, 3. I don't know how she had the money to buy a house. Amber. Try it. I'm glad you did that. Why? Get up. Okay. This will change a few things. What are you waiting for? Liquid rift. Liquid layer. Cavernous space of endless black. Cavernous space of endless black. 3, 3, 3. I don't know how she had the money to buy a house. Amber. Try it. I'm glad you did that. Why? Get up. Okay. This will change a few things. What are you waiting for? Liquid rift. Liquid layer. Cavernous space of endless black. Cavernous space of endless black. 3, 3, 3. I don't know how she had the money.
I'm a 98% perspiration, 2% inspiration kind of guy. But then that said, and this is where, you know, I'm smarter than the average bear. I mean, I can take an IQ test and blah, 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 blah. I'm smarter than the average bear, which is what saves my bacon. Okay?
Right. Do you think...
You can't be me and not be above average smart. You would never get where I am.
Right. So you do think a lot of success comes down to IQ and sort of
well, of course.
Genetics? Yeah, obviously.
You can be the world's best ditch digger.
Right. Why do you think
and you're not going much anywhere.
Nobody, like, why is this such a controversial opinion, you think? Just because people want to feel like...
Because it's not, you know, you can't be part of the proletariat. The proletariat, you know, everybody's supposed to be this big mush.
Right.
And again, Peterson, you know, I guess I'll quit going back to Peterson so constantly, but it's why what he says strikes a chord even in people. It's what makes people so angry because they know in their heart it's true. It's not the group. It's because the current shit is the group,
right,
as opposed to the reality is it's the individual.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's what a lot of people who are on the wrong side of the bell curve, without the group, they don't get welfare.
Right, right.
Okay, so, and there's all the bleeding hearts and et cetera, who think they're going to take, should I look here or look at you?
Oh, you can
more?
Look at me, yeah.
You know, me when I stare in the camera.
Yeah, no, just look at me. You know.
But this is the problem. It's the proletariat versus the bourgeois. It's the, you know, But it's the individual. You know, anyone who doesn't say it's the individual is an idiot because at the end of the day, all you got is you.
Right. So do you lean right politically?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, I mean, I'm a conservative guy. I'm white. I mean, I'm white. I'm privileged. You know, you talk about privilege. You know, it's why I can argue the horse shit on white privilege.
Right.
Is the fact that I'm more privileged that I'm 6'5" and 265 pounds when I was beautiful, because that's very useful in the world too. Yeah. Because people pick on littler people. I get picked, once I got big. I mean, when I was a scrawny little kid, skinny kid, I used to get picked on all the time.
Right.
But once I got big, people pick on you less, and it's very useful even in the business world, even when you're wearing a blue pinstripe suit. If you're big, and when somebody wants to start talking shit, you kind of right. Being large and impressive, it works in the animal world, it works in the human world.
carbon tax if you, but immigration. Carbon tax if you, but immigration and the United. Carbon tax if you, but immigration.
bottom line is, everybody should just go about their business and live. It's the same nonsense where the shirt, I mean, even the shirt I wore when I came out to talk was planned. I mean, it's a comfortable shirt, but it was the CFCA, Central Florida Community Arts. Go live. Go do what you want to do. Go live, because you don't know. You know, so Steve shot a bunch of people. People die in car crashes every day. Andrew Yang cried on stage about, oh, if his children got shot. Well, what? He isn't going to cry? Why doesn't he cry every day then? Because there's a bigger chance that his kids are going to get run over in a car accident, you know, or get struck by lightning, or there's a billion things that can happen to his kids that have nothing to do with. So that's what bothers me. It's the disingenuousness of things. Go live. That's the antidote to all this shit.
I'd like to go somewhere.
Where?
I don't know. Somewhere interesting.
What makes you think I can help you?
I heard you were the settler.
That's correct.
Aren't you supposed to help people?
I don't know who you are.
Look, man, I came here all the way from Minnesota just to come and see you.
And?
What?
I expect something.
I expect something from you.
You've done nothing for me.
I know.
Then why are you here?
I've experienced a lot of pain in my life. I just thought maybe you could help me become a better man.
A better man?
Yes. I know I'm just a stranger, but this is something I've been counting on. You're my last hope.
Leave this place.
Leave this place?
I don't want you here.
You were really not what I was expecting.
Please leave.
Okay. I hear you loud and clear.
I do restitution. I'm not a big, I mean, I always have told my kids, and I get beat up by the polite society people, I always say sorry doesn't mean shit. I'm not a believer in any way, shape, or form. If you tell me, if you've done something to me and you say you're sorry, I now have even more against you, probably.
Yeah.
Because saying you're sorry means nothing. Saying you're sorry is just a way that you can get off on dumb people. Because if they're willing to let you get off on hurting them without doing restitution, then you're just an idiot.
Right.
Okay? You know if I'm sorry, because I do sorry. I don't say I'm sorry. You know I'm sorry that I've done something wrong because I have done restitution for it. I have tried to fix it. Now, maybe I'm not successful, et cetera, and I'm clumsy sometimes, and what I try to do is restitution, you know, maybe isn't what you thought was restitution, but I'm not really doing it for you. I'm doing it for me.
Right.
I'm fixing me for having done what I think is something to you. And I don't necessarily believe if you say that I have injured you, unless it's like I ran you over with my car, you know, sometimes we agree, but some people will say that I've injured them and I don't agree. Yeah. So now we can have a debate about whether I injured you.
Right.
But it's not, you know, it's at the end of the day, I am me. I'm the brain in a vat kind of thing. You know, I fix the world so that I'm okay with it.
Azibal a sonotro, bia songo snog.
Sula, dysketsik, sula, membetsik.
Iris Rika Okoko Komon Pulo Pipli.
I am the Star Princess.
Tringet
I know who you are.
Zotitri, SDDD. Jechite, non momo.
I can't fix anything, but I can show you what you need to see.
Anchagato no yampa.
You know you've gone wrong.
Amenoij.
You keep falling for the same tricks.
Vajapolastka-JRJRRCA.
You're staring at one right now.
IVUUTA.
Of course I am.
Sobatch Dionenen.
There's more to this world than tricks.
Vijnobobotrotiskalolepomenoenrikie.
Think about where you came from.
Ichka sichka nichka pichka.
You know that's not true.
Opala.
Traveler, why are you here? Do you care for your brother? Are you willing to make sacrifices? Good. No, you're capable of change. The settler can't change. Not if you don't allow it. You should be. Yes, you can be. But you're brave. If you weren't brave, you wouldn't be here with me right now. Don't thank me. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm going to give myself to you. Good luck, traveler.
GUHJJ otneophoboboboxoxoxoxox.
Jetramg Petracholoch.
Vichisik en tejokokoko seto tutsa.
No snoge, no snoge. Bolio trochis kontret.
Doa doja uang joer roi waf.
Assertino po uitleren tievi is kama.
Orjo en avogogot joa RNGO ADGRFJW. JIGOGOGOGOGOGOGOGOG, groupe de points d'interrogation. Non, Tototoba, go zero.
I'm me.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, the whole thing is, it's just normal, everyday human shit.
Right.
I did the same way that when I see a car crash, I stop and I try to assist. There was a Steve crash, and I tried to assist.
Right. And you're not really in touch with your other, I think you have a couple other brothers, right?
Yeah, I have a couple other brothers who I don't hang out with.
Yeah.
I don't hang out with people who I don't get along with.
Right.
It's, I mean, you want to, and people think that's weird, but holy Christ. I mean, people who hang out with their family members who are screwing them constantly and et cetera, it's like, what sense does that make? They just convicted here's you want a Florida story. Right. They just convicted a guy up in Chulota or something, killed his damn family. He stole $200,000 from he lived at home. He was 20-something years old, whatever, lived at home, stole money from his family because he was hooked on some broad on a video model from Bulgaria or some frickin' thing. So his family was going to throw his ass out because he was stealing from him and he's being nuts, so he killed him.
Right.
The fact that I'm related to someone is not an excuse to let them get off on me.
Alla tralava la Cisco si conto. Gotronot. Nesto ental beoberontalma. Singo tototonot. Grekio SSKKKNTB papi. TGJ not Tgio Aognot. Tisiri traki, tititi trak CCCC. Vivinot. RPRPRPRNO TNTNTN, Ortiegicien Gidois. RP not Wofanot Viviunot. Bonnement merçant béton béjambé. 7.070.707.070. Ogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogogo Shlogu to dok teabru. Kainot tua obo bonot. Près du single 5 Ultidoef not. Janka no pesps. Sung not troloevoat not. Rommel d'autris de teleskibon. Tirteona biaudinotto acrodochia unotto adaruidaunot. JTTTTS nozo zeza. Ialdrogrenot, trihibchaunot ubiach bibnot ukrichabichnot bonot. Pleaselief.
People are so fucked up in their heads. I mean, you can't, you know, with the story about you. I mean, you're kind of a dick. I mean, you'd be stupid. It's just stupid to do the shit you did. Okay? This is, I mean, if I had to talk to you as my son, which is how I talk to people. I mean, I talk to people who are younger than me, who are like you. I talk to them like they're one of my children. And it's not disrespect, it's respect. Because you're worth, and here's how it works. I respect you at some level at least because I'm willing to talk to you. I'm willing to waste my time. I could be sitting around trading stock options right now. Okay? I'm giving you my time, which is valuable because I'm, you know, the old school white guy. I'm going to drop dead, you know, when I'm 65 or something probably. I'm the previous model. Okay, that's the problem. You guys are the new model. Maybe you'll live to be 100. Not me. You know, I'm part of the previous group who died when it's the reason why, there's a reason why you get Social Security at 62 and because they expect you to drop dead around 65 if you're a normal old white guy. That's why they got to fix.
That's why retirement age is supposed to be 65.
That's why they got to fix. That's why they got to fix all that shit. Exactly. So, I mean, the reality, you know, is hiding behind a lot of the bullshit. But again, it's, you conduct yourself as a semi-rational person, and life works out okay. Yeah. Well, no, I was born in Tucson, Arizona.
Okay. Yeah.
And then after Pops went to jail, my mom moved us over to the San Fernando Valley. I grew up in Sun Valley and grew up over there. And I mean, I was, you know, I'm a high school dropout. I have a CHSPE. And I was going to go, you know, I was going to fix motorcycles for a living. And then I got my job at the GM plant. A buddy of mine got me into the GM plant. So I was set for life. You know, 25 and out with a big pension and medical and blah, blah, blah. And then you go off. And once again, this was part of my white picket fence, you know, idea is that, you know, with the GM job, you bust ass for 25 years at the plant, and then you've got a pension and medical, and you go off and do anything you want to do after that. Well, then of course that all went in the shitter. You know, they closed the plant, and I, you know, did too much drugs and blah, 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 bad stuff. So then I went to computer school. And, you know, you too can be a data processing professional. So, and I started working with this little company that was building a database computer. And once we started, I was like the first, you know, service guy kind of thing. Yeah. So the problem was I was flying back and forth between here. AT&T out here bought a bunch of our stuff. Okay. And I was flying back and forth constantly, and I had 2 babies at home and blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, screw it. We'll just move out to Florida here. And because Florida was cute back then, you know, this was in 84, 85 kind of thing, 85, 86. You know, Florida was kind of cute back then. It had the silly, you know, coming from California, you know, the silly stuff with the titty bars and the local politics. It all seemed kind of cute to me. I mean, our first house was over right off behind the dollhouse on South OBT. Yeah, because to me, those were perfectly fine neighborhoods. However, all of the local, you know, all the people I work with, you got the hairy eyeball from the polite society people. It's like, oh, you know, that's black people in your neighborhood. I said, yeah, they keep their yards better than I do.
I know who you are, traveler. I'm the Mermaid Princess. Everyone's burning. Look around you. Always. I don't know. I really don't know. If I knew, I would tell you. Didn't say it was. Probably because you don't understand the settler. Yes, you can. Are you going to help your brother? Stop acting like a child. Tell him about the burning fish. He has two. You're his brother. Ask him if he wants to die with the old man. Brian is going to drink them.
Based on that interview?
Oh, it's very simple because someone, they want to say, they don't watch the whole thing that I did.
Yeah.
And B, they don't have the brains to understand what I'm saying. And this is not a being mean to people, it's a bell curve thing.
Right.
They don't have the intelligence to understand or to parse what I'm saying. And they, and they didn't watch the whole thing, so, I'm not showing enough pity for the victims. Well, the first thing I did was show pity for the victims. What am I supposed to do? At the beginning of every sentence, I'm supposed to say, I'm pitying the victims, and now I'm going to say something else, or...
Right. I mean, I think I remember you crying in the...
Well, at one point I did, because it got a little heavy on me. Right. The second day, again, you go into automatic mode the first day, and the second day, I'd had enough time to feel sorry for myself. And I wasn't, here's evil Eric. I wasn't crying for all those people who died, because that many people die every day in car crashes and then some. Right. And I don't cry for them. Yeah. Okay? I was crying for me. Because my life was fucked at that point. I knew my life was going to change substantially, and I was sad for me.
And your brother, I imagine you were sad for...
No.
No?
He was dead. Why be sad for him?
Right.
There's no, I was sad. It wasn't, again, once again, conceptually, you need to understand. It's why people go to funerals. They feel sorry for themselves when they go to funerals, because the person's dead.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Okay, so, no, I was feeling sorry for me. And the weight of the world. And of course, feeling sorry for the people. Of course I felt sorry for the people. It's that's just stupid to say I don't feel sorry for the people. Right. But I feel sorry for those people the same way I feel sorry for people who get killed in car accidents, because I didn't shoot them. It's the fact that my brother did it. It's not my fault at all. So I feel sorry for them and their families in the same way that I feel sorry for and this is what pissed the FBI and the military guys off at me. I feel sorry for those people who died the same way I feel sorry for the people who die when they drop a bomb on some cave. haven't said anything that's even remotely profound. And here I'll critique this interview. I mean, you haven't asked any questions that are even remotely interesting, frankly.
Right.
You're
right.
Again, and don't take this as I'm just critiquing. I'm just letting you know how I feel about this. And it's not a bad thing. It's just a normal thing that this is how you are. I don't know what your overall objective for this thing is. You may not put me in it. Right. You know, I only agreed to talk to you just because I wasn't doing anything else especially amusing today.
Right.
And it's interesting to, to interface with a strange person every now and then, and a person you don't normally interface with on a regular basis, because who knows, maybe you do have something profound to say.